Hello cosplay world, we're back with a Harley Quinn mask. This is a Homestuck mask. I believe it's a fancy Homestuck. It's one of those original character things that popped up for Homestuck. And I'm just finally getting around, after like years of this video sitting on my computer and all that good stuff, getting around to putting this up. So, the mask base itself is made of PVC foam sheeting. If you want to substitute your local craft material, such as say a hat stabilizer or EVA foam, maybe Warble if you really want to. It's going to be quite expensive if you do that though. But this PVC plastic I'm going to use as a nice rigid shell. We're going to stretch the fabric over it. We are using a hot knife because it cuts nice, clean curves in plastic. It's so nice. And then we're going to be heating up with a heat gun to shape it and form it into the mask itself. Heat guns are a pretty useful tool in general just to own, because a lot of materials that cosplayers use with are thermoformable and awesome. The fabric we're using here is just the scrap left over from the main cosplay, the main dress. And I'm going to sew that together and make sure that the seams or the stitches are nice and tight, because it's going to be stretched. It's actually pulled around the mask, and the tension is going to hold it in place initially. We're going to glue it down with a bit of weldwood around the edges, and then fabric tack it in places like the teeny tiny corners, so we don't get fraying, and also because that's where it's kind of the hardest place to stick it in there. The mask itself is in two parts. We have the nose section, which is a triangle, which I sewed together from two pieces of the fabric, and then the base mask. I'm going to cut the base mask and attach that first because it has a little notch for the nose, and I don't want it to stretch over and not cover the entire piece, so I leave a little bit of extra material there. And then I'm going to put the nose, which is a simple triangle, over that extended piece of fabric and make it less visible. And also I can fold that seam, and it's perfectly reasonable to have it right there at that nose. There is a tiny bit of hot glue where the elastic is, and also where we attach the craft foam onto the face. We want the craft foam on there so it's nice and comfortable on the inside for the wearer, and so it hides all the stuff that we've put in, all the glue and things, all the nasty stuff you don't necessarily want to see. There's two elastic bands on this mask, so you can adjust it and put it over your face, and you can also wear it as a hat. It's also designed to wear as a hat. So there we go. That is our little Harley Quinn mask. Next we're going to make a shield. Hope you guys check that out. Good times to all. Hurrah! Over at finalcosplaycore.com, there are hundreds of tutorials, pictures, walkthroughs, all that awesome cosplay goodness. Hope you check it out. Good times to all.